Bahamut.
All right, yeah.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nerdy Playbook.
And on that segue,
Yeah. Luckily, I started it after that segue. We're back with Nerdy Playbook. Back with Echoes Bahamut. We have our session on this Thursday before we have our Christmas next week. So tune in for that next week. A couple of announcements. One is do not forget to go to the link right beneath the page. I'll take you to our charity through Ben's side, Scarlet Spidey. This is charity that he's going to do, and we'll actually be doing a big, huge stream through that this Saturday to try to promote as much of Extra Life as possible that he's got going on. All that's going through Illinois, and he's got this whole lineup set up, so check it out. Go to the link. It's a symbol right beneath the screen. And check out the stream this Saturday. We'll be playing some Dead by Daylight, probably some online board games, whatever. And we're going to try to do a whole marathon of gaming to try to promote everything. So join in, throw in some money. We have some rewards. Get up to $50, and we'll give everyone in that campaign a legendary weapon or armor. If you spend $100, we did have a different word, but graciously enough, you guys have done that twice, and we were able to get everybody leveled up once, and we're going to level up again next week. But to make sure we are not breaking the game, we are changing that rule. So if $100 is spent, the players can all come together and ask myself, the Dungeon Master, a question. I will answer it. Doesn't matter how much it's going to ruin the game. I'll just warn them in advance. Do you sure you want to know this answer? And then I'll give it to them. So if you want that, cool. If you spend $20, message me through here, and then I will give you an answer to a question, but keep it quiet so you don't ruin the game for other people. So yes, we are doing a big, huge stream Saturday. Do not forget that I have actually split out the accounts now, so D&D is going to be exclusively on here, the Nerdy Playbook. And video games will now be back on Rated M for Manny, the original account. So if you want to check out the video games and stuff like that, it'll be on Rated M, but I'll make sure it is also rating from here so you can watch any of this on either page. That being said, next week is Christmas, so we'll have our Christmas special next week with both sessions, but it's still campaign inward, so it's going to actually be the same stuff. It's just being Christmas oriented. So check that out. That being said, we're going to go right into it.
Okay.
All right, we are back. So, I just want to make sure that everything is being heard correctly. Just okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, last we left off, the team themselves were able to defeat Talia, who is one of the four lords that made the kingdom of Averant her home. and has been the one that's been ruling with the Iron Fist, not Averant, Heartwind realm for the past 50 years, in name of the Averant Kingdom itself. As a team, you're all able to defeat her while the rest of the army was fighting outside. Through a rough battle, you were able to succeed, and with that, and the entrance of all the other soldiers coming in, everyone barred their path, as everyone gave a moment for Seraphina to rightfully claim her ancestral throne. With that, not even her own friends realizing what she was going to do, putting her sword, unlocking something that hasn't been unlocked in over 50 years. Walls start changing, magic starts reigniting throughout the whole place as if it's a living object of magic. As she officially lets everyone know that once upon a time, her family was the overall rulers of the realm. And maybe it was a mistake to give up that, because this is where you are now. In doing so, she is officially reclaiming the right for her heritage to fight as the Queen of Averant, not just the Queen of Heartwind. And that anybody stands by her will stand on the right side until this war is done. Mentioning that everyone here will have a say, but this is how it's going to work. After some minutes, the crowd starts pulling back, going out to get food, rebuilding the place that hasn't already been refixed due to magic. Medics come in to heal the many injured. And time passes. We're actually going to go through a day. Through this, I'm actually going to allow you guys to have a long rest, as it was quite eventful. Beds are made for you.
Very much appreciate it.
A room was set for you, and you guys had yourself a long rest after a much aggressive battle.
Yes.
Through this, privacy was demanded with Seraphina, with only X amount of people allowed to approach her. That being her council. Meaning only Commander V, High Mage Norin, and Fierna were the only ones who were allowed to approach her during this time of war and just making sure nobody gets too ahead of themselves. Currently, sticking with the group, I'd say that you haven't moved with her yet, and you're sticking with the group, and the long rest has been had. But Fierna, you would have been told that you're allowed to come to their council chambers whenever you're ready. But Vegan, Norin, and Seraphina have been in close talks ever since the announcement of her self-promotion to queen.
I am going to eventually make my way over there, kind of see what her next plans are.
Okay.
Especially what it has to do with my team.
Okay.
Wait, Fierna, you're not still doing this, right? Like, we're done. That's it. Our job was to help her get her kingdom. We did. We out. Like, you're still going?
Deuces, bitches.
Yeah. That was our job. We did our job. You're still playing along?
I mean, I don't want to, but
Then don't.
Part of getting her to help us was me helping her.
And we did. Look at where we are. Look at what we've done. We did help her. End of story. That's it.
Here, here.
I mean, I literally died. Literally died.
Like,
Literally.
I died.
Literally.
Literally. I need time.
but did you die? Oh, wait. Yes, you did.
Wait.
I did.
Like, no, we're done. Like,
We outie.
like,
I'd like to know what her plans are of helping us, because that was the deal, right?
Yeah, we need to go kill that Ira bitch, and
Yes.
something tells me that her little speech a couple days ago, she kind of forgot about that.
Time to play a game called Slap-a-Hoe.
Yep. Fuck a bitch. Like,
That's what I'm gonna go remind her of.
I mean, we have our
and what are
to-do
you gonna
list
do
as
if she
well.
doesn't listen?
Helga, just let her go do her
She'll need to
thing.
listen.
Just let her go do her thing.
I would also like
I mean,
to
yeah, I've
specify
known
that
Fiona
you guys
long
are
enough to
given,
know that
you guys are given
she's
your own
gonna-
room separate from the rest of the soldiers, so you guys are talking in private. In case that was a question.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, no, I've known Fiona long enough to know that she's gonna do what she's gonna do. I'm just saying, like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Deal.
hear ya.
We help her? Check.
Hear you, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
She
Honestly.
helps us, and now it's her time to hold up the end of the deal.
Right. I'm just worried that she's gonna try and pull us more into this whole one-sided part of this little festivus
Hierarchy
she's
of
having.
things.
Carrot
Yeah.
stick.
She
She
can do
doesn't
that
want
on
just
her own.
slice the pie. She wants the whole pie.
I hate that uniform on you. It does just
Yeah.
nothing for your curves. it's awful. Like,
Unflattering.
Wow.
It's
I'm
very
not real
unflattering.
thrilled
What is
about it
happening?
either, you know.
Fight!
See, that's some bullshit, because the uniform I had planned for her was supposed to specifically show ass, so I don't know where this is going. Like,
Great ass, you know.
right.
Yeah, now it's a fire.
but now she has
Now-
curves. So
There is no uniform that comes into this head that does not accentuate every fucking good
Right.
part. So
you
it's like-
design sexy. That's
We
what
Yeah.
you
all
do.
look
We know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Pour my blood, sweat, and tears into making this sexy
Like
outfit
when you guys
for you.
ask me, like, are they hot or not? It's like, of course they're hot. They came from this head.
God.
You want hot? I'll show you hot.
Wow.
I'll show you.
All right, so
Are you gonna go talk to her then, or? Yeah.
Okay.
so
Godspeed.
Yes.
not too far away from the throne room chamber.
Don't sign us up for anything.
You're about like a couple hallways down. As you head out after a long night's rest, it's about midday. Sun's rising pretty nice. It's actually casting pretty well through the stained glass of the area. You can see over the night that's passed, many of the remaining mages that have come to give support are casting extremely high minion spells to, take away the stress of people having to redo the whole building. And you can kind of see that even overnight, half the work has already been done. Even portraits that have been long past burnt for 50 years are now reforming themselves. It's taking time, but it's doing its job. Heading your way over there, you do definitely see a set of guards. But as they're stopping certain people who want to either give patronage to Seraphina, or talk to her, or even complain about the developments that have transpired, no guards are allowing them to pass. But as they see you, they just give you a little handshake and move the crowd aside so you can move your way through. As with only the steps and a door to pass through, you would be so close to them. This room itself is pretty much in the same area where you guys had your battle. It is pretty close to the thrones themselves, and it's to the right. So when you're looking at the map, there's actually a door over here on the top right side, where there's actually a war room, council chamber kind of thing like that.
Okay. Did you say they're in that war room, or they're
Mhm.
sitting up?
No, they're in
Okay.
there. The door is closed right now, but you assume based off of all the guards that they are in there, since there's nowhere else they'd be behind the guards.
I'll
Door is
walk right
closed.
in.
Okay, you'll walk right in. As you can see that right now she's sitting at a chair, Norin's sitting down, and it looks like there's a chair set for V, but she's currently complaining about something. As you walk in, you kind of hear the end of the complaint. You didn't tell us shit. We didn't know about this. We were as dumbfounded as everyone else. And she just responds, we talked about this. This is what I'm going to do. if you want to put in your coins for your ideas, feel free. It's not going to change what's going to happen. I'm sorry, but I feel that this is what has to be done. As she just kind of sits down, she looks at you. She just kind of pushes a seat up for you using her leg, and then she just passes over a goblet half filled with ale.
I'll take it and sit. While I sit, I'm going to turn to her. So we got you your throne. What you need? What's your plan for helping us with the era?
Are you ready to do it now? Are you so ready to jump ahead?
Now.
Yes.
Are you so
Right
ready?
now?
We will help. Are you so ready to do it immediately?
The
If
faster
it gets
she
us the fuck
dies,
out of here, yes.
the better we'll be. I'd hate to come across her again, or other people to come across her. I think we've got a good force going with us.
Okay. Well, we were planning to send out some soldiers ahead to try to figure out where she is, unless you know. Okay.
I don't.
Well, let's. All right. She looks at the rest of the council. How about it? Figure it out. As Norin just shakes his head, if he's like, better than anything. All right. As she just immediately stands up and she just puts her palms on this war table, and immediately a magic immediately illuminates it. As almost like a hollow table activates as it just shows the realm itself. Without much leads, we can only guess of where she would be. If this is something you want to do immediately, where would you want to start?
Has there been any word on her at all? There's
We have everyone here.
anything?
We haven't had a chance to send anybody out yet. I'm sorry, obviously, everybody was here at the battle. But like I said, in 2 days' time, once we made sure everything was all set and we accounted for everyone, we were going to send people back to their posts, along with sending out several recon units to different of the continents to try to figure out if they can find anything. But that takes time. You clearly look like this is something you want to get done, which I understand. I totally understand. But I don't want to risk weapons, armor, and time without at least one lead. If you have anything, let me know, even if it seems so slight, but we can't just start walking out there and, randomly point a direction and just go there. I hope you understand, but we at least need a general direction to go first.
I understand. The sooner you can get him out, the better.
Okay.
Do we have to wait 2 days? Do you have anyone can send out?
Give me a persuasion check.
As I'm doing this, I'm reading through all my notes because I know we had more stuff to do.
All the things.
Our to-do list.
Right? I should
Yeah.
have highlighted. That would just be a 12.
Well, V doesn't respond. Minoran just like, well, with the new council you had me set up with mages, I could have a couple of them be pulled from mending the castle and maybe help them scry and try to figure out any location that we have off of anything from the unfortunate previous attack as of several months ago.
That works.
She just like looks, it's like, all right, assemble your mages and we can hold off on repairing the castle. It's at least held together this long. What time will that give us? Best case, half a day. Worst case, if we can't find anything, lead us back to 2 days. She looks at you. Can you work with that?
I think I could work with that.
Okay. She looks at you. Well, if you don't mind, you're here, partaking a drink. Norin, Just immediately stands up. He bows. I will assemble and get all the mages, and we'll see what we can do. As V mentions, the old council chambers for the previous Archmage are available. They made sure they were all set up for you. Thank you. He really heads off, and so let's make our ways through. Well, since we at least have half a day, we might as well get back to work. Even though you will theoretically be leaving soon, we at least need to plan ahead. The obvious question, are you coming back?
Not sure yet. Depends on where things take us.
Well, as V is still just kind of just being silent, she's just kind of like taking like a dagger and she's just kind of like spinning out on the point onto the table. Well, let's say you find Yura. You're able to kill her. What do you do after that? Let's say everyone survives. God's blessings. What do you do after that if everything works out correctly?
Pretty sure we have a talk with fate. Long, hard talk with fate.
You're speaking of the two last gods?
Got a nod.
That is a issue that we were previously talking about before you entered in, before topics have changed. As immediately with that, V immediately just drops the dagger and immediately slams her palm on the table. She immediately turns and she like leans against her chair and looks at you. Let's get the brass tacks. You obviously know about the drama that's going on right now. What say you? Seraphina just immediately interrupts. This is not the time. No, I think this is the perfect time. She's part of the council. She deserves to have a voice. Apparently no one else does. As they both look at you for different reasons, but they're both waiting for your response to see what you say.
No pressure.
But I don't remember what drama is going on.
So they are speaking of that Seraphina never told anybody that she was going to automatically call herself the Queen of Averant.
Queen, right? It's the whole
okay, got it. That one.
Promotion
realm
drama of.
Yeah.
She told
I was
no
going
one.
through notes of anything previous.
So-
I'm going, what was going on?
Whether or not you knew this before, you are now being clarified that she didn't tell Norin or V, her closest friends at this moment, that she was going to immediately proclaim herself as the queen of all of Averant.
Okay.
Whether or not they even knew that her lineage actually had this title. Well, it's proven. There's no denying it. But whether or not they're pissed that she's doing it, or pissed that she's doing it without discussing it with them, or both, you're unsure. Either way, you can at least assume V is pissed. You don't know about Norn. But Norn's not there anymore.
I'm just gonna answer back. I really don't care what she does. We helped her, she helps us. She's in a better position to help us. Kinda odd that you didn't talk to your closest advisors, but...
V just repositions herself in a chair, just takes another swig of ale, and then refills it up with the pitcher in the middle. Then she confers with you that Seraphina did. But she goes more specific. Nonetheless, not several months ago, you were named as the 4th council member to this. No matter if it was just a Heartwind council or an Averant council. You were named as one of the members. Whether or not this is going to be a big deal or not, you were named as one of the members. Are you not so much just turning it down by saying you won't return?
I mean, I never said I wouldn't return. I can keep in contact with you. You got this. But who's to say I'm not going to be stuck here. I'll help when needed. I'll advise when needed. But my priority, as it always has been, is my pack.
Well, we all, as they finally agree on something, they look at each other. We understand. We've been there. You've all been together. You are family. We totally understand that. We want our family back too. As far as the fate gods, as V just kind of tucks her head down with kind of embarrassment. Valerian and Gladlin. They're a priority to me now. I got what I needed. For right now, I can just stay here. We got what we needed. We have our kingdom. We have our castle. For right now, that's good. But eventually we'll have to do something. Until then, they are my priority. But I want to help you with part of the deal, which is Era. But if upon your return you want to work together to go after one of them, we can do that. But I need to know that if we're doing that, that we are going to find them together, that we are together. That you are in here for the haul. We helped each other once. We both worked together. Your team, us. We worked each other to free V. It was not an easy task. We can do it again. But it makes sense for us to be together. You don't have to be so inclusive to just your family. They can be with you. But be here.
Right now our paths coincide. I'm fine with that. I'll help with that. After the fates, we'll have to see.
You can clearly tell the disappointment on her face. Almost like maybe you don't understand where she's going at, or she's just disappointed with the result. Fine. Then I guess there's not much else to be said, other than just the morning meetings. Throughout that, you're in the council chamber. I'm not going to go over all the dialogue, but you're mostly going over the amount of that you guys currently have in the treasury, current soldiers that are injured, current medics available, how many people they need to pull from other spots, when do they eventually have to send certain people to different spots of Averant to go back to their positions to reignite the Soaring Flame in different spots of the realm before they officially announce that Heartwind's been taken. You can assume during this dialogue that they are trying to make it as secret as possible for as long as possible, that Averant's still under, that Heartwind's still under Averant control. They don't want Averant to know quite yet about the development. And that goes through roughly about 4 hours of time. During this process, what would the rest of the group like to do?
Helga's drinking because she wants to get the fuck out of here, and so far alcohol's the only thing making her
Currently,
making her
the
stay.
tavern was the first thing to be fixed. And you
Thank
do
God.
have that-
Crazy.
What? Yeah, what a coincidence. There.
As the tavern is down about a couple corridors from you, away from the actual throne room, and it is very much a large aesthetic, like Irish bar. It has like a floor and a floor beneath it. For one of my friends here, you know which one I'm talking about as far as the design of this. and you know, a lot of music is being played. Revelry is happening, and many kegs are being busted open. As you can see, just a pile outside. As throughout the previous hours, there's probably been about 20 kegs that have been emptied out.
Yeah, Helga's brooding in a corner. She wants no part of this, like, revelry. She's still
Renora's
very
not going to allow
upset.
that. As soon as I know you want to, but as soon as Helga left the room to go to the bar, Renora would have been like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" And then had followed you, because I'm sure you wouldn't have answered because you want to go brood.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she would have just
on the
followed
agenda,
you there,
brood.
and then as soon as she saw you brooding in a corner, would have pulled up with a couple of drinks, like, "Bestie, join in the festivities."
I'm back to being bestie status. So that didn't take very long.
Oh, you didn't take very long.
Oh, and
As I
And you
like
lost
slide your
it that
beer
quickly.
in a really shitty way so that it spills all over the table.
yeah. I just give her like a play punch, like you know you the bestie.
So right now they're not asking for any money for the ale,
Good.
as it has been in the reserves, but they do
Even
have
better.
like a donation fund that's just specifically to like fix up the tavern and stuff like that. As like
Hey,
some people
Renora,
are
you want to
throwing
go
in-
steal from the donation fund?
Honestly, as soon as you said they're not asking for money for the drinks, Renora's gonna be like, "Oh, great, let me drop these two. So instead of 2, I have like
Just get the keg.
as many as my arms will bring
Okay.
with me. I didn't donate shit. I
How,
didn't
how
donate
tall,
a
how tall are you again?
single
How tall is Renora? How tall is Renora?
Renora is 5'4".
Okay, I'd say you could. These are pretty big. I could probably say you have like 6 of them.
I have 6.
Oh my!
I brought 6.
All right.
Plus the 2
Now I
that were
have to be a
already
part
there.
of this,
Yeah,
so-
this revelry of
Like,
drunkenness.
hold on. I got more friends back there. I got more friends. It's like,
Like no one's even questioning it. Like the bar's so packed, and they're just constantly refilling. Like these, just they're not even
Yes.
cleaning them sometimes. They're just like
I'm
filling
grabbing
them
as
all up and,
many
like,
will
throwing them
fit
all
on the
over.
table, and then we're just gonna have a table full of
Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
will be delightful. Oh, okay.
Fiona's gonna come back for her meeting, and Renora and Helga are gonna be
We're gonna be
sloshed.
blasted.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Alright, Xander will join the fun.
Yes.
He sees
join us.
Renora just grabbing armfuls and armfuls, and I'm
Does
like,
Mi-
are you
does
gonna drink
Mix
that all
us
on your
drink?
own?
And these aren't like this isn't like stuff for like what am I thinking of? They're not like dwarven like ale, but
Yeah.
like these
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Thank God.
for a medium-sized person of 5 to 6 feet. These are pretty large. These are like boot size, like German boot size kind of
Right.
size.
Yeah.
And, like they are quite tall.
Yes.
So automatically, as you drink one to its consumption all the way through, you will have to roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage because they are quite large.
Oh man.
Okay.
Ooh-wee. Oh, we're gonna die again.
Ooh, 18.
Wow. All right, you're good. And you'll
So
have to
good
do it
on
for every
that.
one you drink.
All
Or
right.
another.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Yep, let's see.
I'll join down the chaos.
All right.
Here.
Murph, are you joining
Let
us?
chaos reign.
I'm gonna
Is
let this play out
Dex
first.
save
Okay.
or Dex check, or no, it was con. It's con.
Constitution saving throw.
Not save.
That is for
Alright.
alcohol consumption.
My first one was a 21.
Okay.
No.
Xander's sloshed. One
Sloshed.
drink. Let's. Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you get?
3.
3. Yeah. Okay. So after finishing your
More
first
drinks
one,
for us, Renora. Let's
I'd say.
go.
Well, are you guys chugging these, or is it just like you guys finished one in a matter of like 15 minutes?
50.
Well, since I grabbed so many, I'm gonna chug the first one at
Yeah.
least.
Okay. So then that means within like the first couple of minutes, Xander's already toasted.
I'm like, let me tell you about how I died. It was so magnificent.
I'd say it's getting at that point where
Is
like
there?
you're noticing with the Xander logic. I'm gonna go with this. That
Is there a stage?
yes, there is a
Logic.
stage,
Good.
and there's
Yes.
music being played right now, and it's very Irish folk kind of style.
Oh yeah,
And Xander, you are very much, extra Xander right now, where you just immediately
Yes.
want to go in there. But on your way walking there, because between the bar... All right, so Murph, you know what bar I'm thinking of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so between the bar and the stage, there is kind of like a
I mean, it's kind of foggy for some reason. I don't remember why, but yes, I remember the layout.
It's crazy, right?
So weird.
Because our creamy fucking pints.
Damn straight.
I mean, they let us drink for free, so it was a whole thing, and then just a little lemon on top of just whiskey. There's about like a 10 by 10 dance floor that's between them, because most of the music is very much to dance to, kind of like that. It's very folk and very upbeat, and it's very celebratory. So you got to pass by some of them. Give me, Xander, give me a dexterity check with disadvantage to make your way through the crowd.
Yes. Renora's hyping you up the entire way of like, yeah, get up there. I heard them chanting Xander, Xander, Xander.
11. Kind of moving your way through, and you're kind of like, get out, what the hell, man? You know, kind of like moving your way through, and eventually kind of get up. Do you just like interrupt the music, or do you wait?
Wait, I'm jamming.
Okay.
I'm taking it all in.
All right.
I like to imagine that Xander like tried to like seamlessly blend into the middle of a song, but because he's wasted. Blue.
So I'm sure you've all have seen this before.
He just like jumps in like.
Imagine a bar where everybody's dancing, and the kind of dancing you kind of always need a partner. Not like slow dancing, but it's just you need someone on the opposite side. And then randomly there's just one dude that's just like dancing with himself, just like fucking just chilling. Not like he's even pretending to dance with somebody else. It's just like, I just need me, man. I just need me. You know, like I got this. And it's just, and he's just standing there like inches away from like the music. Like the only thing that stopped him from running into him is a 5-foot high stage. But other than that, like they can probably feel his breath on their legs, kind of like that. You know, it's so close. But the music is playing through, and because this is very much an Irish folk, the music doesn't necessarily stop. It's consistent. It's blending through. It's constantly going. And you're finding a hard time to just randomly be like, without interrupting them, that you want to join. But with the low constitution and low dexterity, you're just kind of just losing track of time. You're just flowing with it. You're just getting into it. You're just kind of just like, you know, just right here. You know, you're just kind of just getting into it. And it actually give me a performance check. No disadvantage, just a performance check.
Oh, good.
I love it.
It's like to think that he dances.
Oh, not with this dice. That's a 9.
Damn. I was going to see what performance you were going to get it. So
wrong.
So you know, like some people can dance better when they're drunk. Xander can't.
Oh,
and, this is not one of those things.
So after like, you know, 10 minutes of time, he's just dancing there. And at first, some people are like, "Oh, well, you know, let's go up there." It's like, no. Like eventually, actually, some people actually leave the floor, and Xander doesn't notice. That's like, I'm scaring people off. He's just still getting into it. He's just fucking just doing. It is the biggest white boy dance you've ever seen in D&D.
Yes.
I'm gonna answer it.
I'm doing the YMCA and Cotton Eye Joe. Like, let's go.
Yeah. When we see people leaving the dance floor because of Xander's erratic dancing, Renora's gonna be like, "Get it! Woo, Xander!"
Eventually, another cleric comes up to you, and be like, "Sir, are you having a seizure? Are you okay?"
No. Oh, I'm gonna add to that. So when he approaches me, he thinks like I'm just getting into it though. He's freaking out. I'm gonna start levitating, cast levitate on myself, and I just start dancing in the air.
Okay. All right. So hang on, because you are drunk, we're gonna see how we're gonna modify the spell.
He's spinning in the air. He's doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
Honestly, Helga would facepalm if she wasn't like Batman staring into her glass.
Yep.
Okay, so like every 6 seconds, you move in a random direction. Like you're just kind of like floating in gravity, like you're just like dancing, like you're randomly going upside down. Give me another Constitution saving throw. No disadvantage, just regular.
Oh, please. Come on.
Aerial vomit, let's go.
No, don't. Oh, that one was good. That's a save?
Yeah.
Oh, spooky 20.
Oh, wow. So after about like 10 minutes of time, you're still just doing this jig. You are like just floating in the air just all over the place. You're still just like dancing. You don't even really know that you're like upside down. You're just fucking just chilling, just dancing, just like doing a thing. And now it's somehow working. Give me another performance check.
Oh, please.
Your fail might be a success.
Get it, Xander.
You might be able to white boy this so much that might work.
Yes, we did it. We fucking did it. Oh, that is a 25.
Where your failure starts, you eventually get so drunk you do not care about who's watching. Dance like nobody's watching you, and you're in there floating, and somehow your biff just got cool. And all of a sudden, people start going in there, and some mages start floating up with you. Now there's like 3 levels to the dance floor. There's people that are dancing regular, like muggles, and then there's people that are actually floating in the air, actually dancing. And now there's like a whole like ball pit of dancers all over the place, just freaking just dance all over the place. Yep. Xander started a trend, and now it's just.
I did. So magnificent. I started air dancing.
It's canon.
The realm's hottest new trend is float dance.
Eventually people start doing like the stay
Xander. Remember, I'm an air genasi, bitch.
Conga line from Beetlejuice.
Now, this is one of those nights where your event's going to be fun, but it's going to be that much worse in the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cannot have that much fun without some pain later on. Okay, so I'm going to say it's going to take a little while. Xander's having a very good time. What else are we doing around here? What about Murph? Where are you jumping in yet?
So
jump in. The water's fine.
It's fine. We got a table full of beer. Come hang out.
Murph would have been the last one to come down, and when he comes down, he doesn't have the Belleroy gauntlet on. He doesn't have his armor on. He just has the kimono, and his left arm's like tucked inside of it, like he doesn't have a left arm still, even though he does.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk up to the table and grab one of the boots. Look at the dance floor.
Nice of you to join us.
What happened there?
Oh, it's great. It's beautiful. Take a load off and just watch the show unfurl. It's been start to finish. Chef's kiss.
You know, it's almost too much. Don't
look directly at it. Don't look directly at it. You have to unshift your focus a little bit.
If you watch it too closely, it's actually kind of gross because some people are doing it. Some people are doing it with still ale in their hands, and they're so drunk they don't notice they dump it. But when they dump it, it pours into like the person beneath their cup, so they're drinking else someone like backwash.
It's a waterfall.
Just don't look directly at it. It's like the sun.
Foul.
He's gonna pick up the cup, give the boot, give a little cheers to everybody, and then I'm gonna go outside, keep an eye out for Finra's return.
Grab a second boot with you.
I'm good.
Take one for Fira too.
Grab one for the road. Finora's like pushing another boot into your hand. Like grab one for the road.
Just take one for Fira too.
So instead of grabbing the second boot with his working hand, he's gonna down the first one and then grab the second one.
Okay.
I'm a little bit bigger. Do I gotta make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, you gotta make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Disadvantage still, or just normal? Cause he a big boy.
Oh no, it's only disadvantage if you. It's Well, no, because he is a Goliath. He can handle it, so he can down the first one, but he can't down the second one. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That's a natural 20, sir. 23.
Beautiful. Nothing.
You take that thing like the most, the baddest
like
dwarf,
water, yeah.
Goliath, whatever, and
and that shoulder is what we call on brand.
We love it.
So he'll take the second one, and he's going to walk out the tavern to keep a lookout for Frina. But on his way, are there any guards that maybe are off rotation of being in the main palace? Do I see any guards?
I mean, there's guards all over the place. You can't really tell if any of them are actually on duty. Because they're kind of moving all over, but you can't really tell like who's on duty and who's not. Because even the people that are in the tavern are still wearing their armor.
Can I see if I can find one that's the most senior looking and the most sober?
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Are you looking within the tavern or outside the tavern?
Either or, whichever. It doesn't matter to me. 4, so...
I'd say no matter which way you look, you cannot figure out who's the senior member. In fact, you might not be able to find one where you are right now. Everybody, if they're wearing armor, they're all wearing the exact same color and style. You do know that some of the senior commanders have a more distinctive helm with more of a kind of like a sort of a Spartan style with kind of like the mohawk rim on top with a little bit of an actual kind of like a little bit of the hair sticking out. And you don't see that anymore.
Okay. Do I see any guards outside the tavern specifically, I guess?
You just see random guards, but you don't know who's on duty or not.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to one of them.
Okay.
You there!
What?
You're a soldier of Heartwind?
I'm here, aren't I?
I need someone to take a message to me. For me. To Commander V.
And who are you?
I'm one of the ones that helped take back this fucking kingdom. Is that enough information for you, lad?
Oh, big man, taking on the Lord. Good for you. What do you want to tell her?
Tell her the one that knows the way of wolves wants to speak with her privately.
It's very vague and very cryptic, but
It'll get the job done.
one with the way of wolves wants to speak with her correctly. All right, immediately. All right, cool. I will get my
I hope
way
she
over
fucking
there.
kills you.
Right away, sir. And then he starts just like walking off all patiently and caution to the wind. As you can see, he's clearly already had a couple, and he's
Kick his ass.
but he starts making his way towards the throne room as far as you can tell.
As he starts stumbling away, Murphy just mumbles to himself, I could break his neck. Quietly. No one would even know.
Nobody would know.
No one would know. No one would miss him. And he's gonna like lean against a post and watch out for Finra. Return.
Okay. All right. For Helga and Renora, other than just watching the show, are you guys gonna do anything different other than watching
One more drink.
Okay, so
Helga's not even watching. She's just like,
What
she's
about
just
two
I got
20s?
two nat 20s.
What the
Sorry,
fuck?
I got excited. What was that? What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna buy a lottery ticket. Goodbye, guys.
I'd
It's
say
your
that
night,
you were able to
Renora.
just like say like this alcohol's defective. It's not working, and you just like take
what
like
is
two down at the
wrong
same
with
time
this?
and like no effect on you.
Yeah.
She's the one
I
that
am the
wakes up at
alcohol.
5 a.m. perfectly fine, happy,
Yep.
Me.
upbeat,
That's me.
energized.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So after hanging out and having some fun for a few hours in there, we switch back over to linking the groups up together.
Sorry, can I do one little flavor thing? I like to imagine that since we have a table full of beer, that at least one person has come up during this time being like, oh, could I grab one of these? Like, no, sorry, these are all spoken for. Like, we're probably not going to get to all of them, but Renor's going to be like, sorry, no, these are all...
There's only 2 of you. You don't need 6 of them.
Yeah,
Get the
no, we got
fuck
some
away
friends that are
from
in the
this
bathroom,
table.
they're out on the dance floor. If you could just fuck off, that'd be great. Like...
Right.
Get the hell away from this table.
Okay,
Now.
goodbye. Slam another
all
one.
right.
Like-
It's like we know we're not wanted, and then they just start walking off.
I got a 22 on intimidation if it helps. Get the fuck
Even better.
away.
You have the
from
beer in your hand.
table.
Just...
There we go.
Helga's like cracking the glass. Just get the hell out of here. Like,
As one of them
Helga's
just
not
like,
even
as they
watching
like
the
whisper
show,
to each other
she's-
as they're walking away, that's like, you know, instead of breaking it, they could just given us one. You know, it's just.
Could have, but we won't.
So
she
as
also
the soldier
got a
starts,
spooky 20 on her next drink, so
Okay.
Nice.
As the soldier starts heading over, Fiona, as you're nearing the end of the discussion, there's a knock on the door. Guard comes in. One of our soldiers just reported that apparently the one with wolves wants to speak. What the fuck? Do you two know what the hell that? I think so.
That'd be Murph.
So I'm assuming he wants to talk to me, as V is saying that. Where is he? I think he's back over by the tavern. I could use a drink anyway. All right, are we done here? Yeah, I guess that's it. Fiona, I guess don't go far. We'll see what Norin will figure out. I mean, if you wanna, I know. I guess you're not really a mage. You can't really help him. Well, I guess go check out your friends. Make sure they're not getting too intoxicated in case if for some reason Norin finds an answer right quick and you want to be in the rush to get out. It's probably going to be your best bet. But I guess council's adjourned. And then she starts walking her way out. As you're leaving, you notice the soldier's making his way back to the line as V starts heading out. As like almost like a procession of kind of like almost like a paparazzi, but it's just like a crowd waiting to ask questions as V comes out. It's like, we don't have any answers for you right now. Just go back to your jobs and just get everything done. Go, 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 go. But what about the... I don't care. We don't know yet. Just get back to your jobs. She starts walking her way through, just pushing her way through. The words bitch is kind of being brought up several times. And but the... as she makes her way, Murphy, you do see her coming towards you. A little weird message about what you need.
You strike me as obviously a respected commander here.
Hope so.
But not so respected as a friend, it seems, based on what I saw a couple of days ago. Are you concerned your friend may want to take it too far?
She immediately looks at you and she really shoves you against the wall. Shut up. Why are you talking about this out here in front of everyone else?
Get it, girl?
If you want to talk about something this in depth, and she just immediately grabs you by whatever like loose piece of clothing, she immediately like pulls you into a room and she immediately pushes you in. Gotta talk in private about this stupid ass shit. I'm getting done with this! And she immediately just goes in the room and locks the door. Alright. Yes! It's annoying. But don't bring that shit up in front of everyone else. That's left in closed chambers. The fact that you notice is already bad enough. What is it you want?
To prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And you seem like someone of the same mindset.
What would you have?
Help me help you to help the realms. Let's say you help me make a safeguard in case the worst does come.
Speak clearly. Tell me what you actually want. I'm not in the mood for games. Just tell me what you want. No ifs, ands, or buts. No hypotheticals. I'm trying to really get the V going on here.
Yeah, that's right.
Cut the bullshit.
Straight to the point.
You're doing great. Love it.
Be more Rudy.
I'm going to build it up.
Too, you know? Make it interesting.
Yeah.
I want to build a force of warriors, an army, to protect the realms from anyone and everyone, no matter good or bad intentions. The realms are to be in balance, not one overall. And I think a force that could stand as a check to that unbalance
would be a merit. As she spinning her dagger, she's listening to you. She's like flipping up in the air and she's just kind of spinning. She's walking around the room. Continue.
Help me recruit, spread the word, allow me to use your connections to get the messages where I want them to go and hopefully to rally the forces that I hope may be. And in return, if Seraphina's hunger, power, vision, whatever you want to call it, goes too far, there's something in place to hold her back and stop her if necessary.
And she keeps just walking around and pacing as she keeps spinning the blade in her hand. So let me get this straight. To make sure we're on the same ground here. As she consistently points at you as she makes points using the dagger itself as a tip. You want me to use my influence as commander of the force I've created for 55 years to create a force to counteract the force I made for 55 years in case one of my best friends decides to go villain. Is that what I got?
Do you think that plan that she put 2 days ago without telling you, is that what the force you've served for 55 years is about? Is that the vision for it? That's what the force would be
as
to check.
Keeps pacing, moving around, passing you, going away, passing you, going away. As you're kind of like in like a study. It's just kind of like walking around. Sometimes she crosses you, sometimes she talks behind you, in front of you. I cannot deny the decision that was made. Would have been more preferable if she discussed it with her council, if not just her friends. And it is off-putting to know that not only is my friend's family line the original rulers of this realm, but the friend that I trusted in, believed in for the past 60 years, once a quirky girl that didn't know this world now wants to rule it, is off-putting as she keeps passing you. But do not mistake it as she immediately grabs anything on your torso and she immediately pulls you in with knife right to your neck. If you expect me to betray her, you got another thing coming. I understand what you are aiming for, and I'm sure your intentions are noble. But I will not plan, even if the 1% chance is to kill her, in a way to stop her. If it comes to that point, as she keeps pulling you into your eyes and eyes straight up, if it comes to the point where there's a problem, Norn and I will deal with it. But I will not plan for failure. I will only plan for success. Something you might...
Is that...
Then she pulls her blade away from her neck and she starts pacing back around again.
That's your choice. I'm not here to bully, I'm not here to convince you. I put my case forth. You don't agree. So, that's it. This ends up, he'll stand up and start to walk. And when he gets to the door, look over his shoulder. I hope the way that you'll handle it, if it does come, it works out better for you and Norn than the way you guys handled your capture and the way you handled the Sisters of Fate. We might not be there next time.
Shots fired.
That's a helpful.
And he'll walk out.
Okay, as you're about to grab the door and walk out, she immediately chucks a dagger to stop the lock. Let's get something right. I understand where you're coming from. I understand your motivation. But I swear to the gods that I pray to, that if I find out you are a threat, I will not hesitate to do my job. I have two parts of my job. 1, control this army. 2, take care of any threats to my queen. Do not, as she comes over to grab the blade and stares at you right again in the eyes, be a fucking threat as she opens up the door for you. Now go.
I walk out.
That felt good. I like that.
That felt good.
That's my girl.
That's gonna be nasty, right?
Tell him.
I don't always get to play as like a hero who gets to just be a straightforward.
You could say it.
badass.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like
As
Good
you
time.
leave out, she just kind of closes the doors. You just hear her just like screaming in there, like almost like someone just needs to yell it out. She just comes
facts.
out. She just
Fucking facts.
restraightens her armor, and she just, as immediately a soldier just comes across her, she immediately pushes them against the wall and takes his ale. Get back to work as she starts chugging like the soldier's ale. Did I do it? Did I do it good?
Yes.
So good. I love
I'm
it.
so proud.
Insane.
At this point, 4 hours have passed. It is about 2-3 o'clock. It's still really only midday.
Oh,
Perfect.
Wow, we're already at
Another
level
one.
midnight.
well, another one.
Another one.
Another.
Oy. Ugh.
What'd you
A
get?
4 on that last one.
Okay, so eventually, getting on your
You
fourth
stand up.
drink. Yeah, at this point, you decide to be like getting really cocky about it.
Oh,
You
I have to go to the
decide chuckle.
bathroom. Oh.
Yeah, as you get up, it's like, whoa, like it really starts to hit you, and it goes straight from like getting the buzz to straight almost hangover right away, like almost
Oh,
like
no.
you skipped the actual buzz part, and then all that booze that you were immune to now just hits you all at once, like directly at one spot. As you get up, and you're almost like, oh shit,
You
And-
good,
and-
bestie?
And run
Need me to hold your hair?
And
Like,
immediately someone yells, "If you're gonna hurl, get it out of here. We're not cleaning up that mess."
you're not cleaning up any mess. Look at this place. You
You're
good,
the
bestie?
mess.
Need-
I'm gonna roll up, and all are gonna be lying
So
on the floor,
good.
giggling,
Yeah,
tired,
at this point you
sad,
would be
happy.
rolling. At this point you would be getting in there if you went directly over to the tavern.
Yeah.
I figured they would be at the tavern, so I just head straight over there.
Yes. Just in
Kinda.
time.
As you get in there, you
Oh.
see a mixture of things. You see a big, huge party going on. You randomly see like floating people in the air, and like Xander just like fucking getting his jig on, like just like floating like no gravity's in the air. And then you randomly see like Helga and Renora, and like Helga about to like ready to hold Renora's hair as like Renora's ready.
Yeah, I
to
was to
let
say,
go.
Helga got a 21 on her constitution,
Okay, so
so
you're good.
she's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Fine.
Plus 8,
gonna-
baby.
Shake her head, sit down at the booth, grab one of the beers, and just start drinking it slowly. Like, let the kids have fun.
Oh, you're a kid too, Mama. Let's go.
No.
After Renora runs outside to get sick, she's gonna come back in and clock Fiona and be like, "Come hang at the table. We got
It's a
So many.
table.
a table." with
I'm
the
sitting
Helga.
at the table, I'm like,
Come to the table. Come to the table.
At this point, you all hear a transmission,
so
a
dead.
psychic message in your heads.
Oh.
I am speaking for Norin's behalf. I was understand that you all took a battle against the plague creature. Are any of you spellcasters? As you all hear this. in your
Who's
head.
that?
what? I just smack my head, like, why now?
Oh, who's that?
Hey,
Who's
show
that
yourself.
up there? Is that you, Zula?
She just, we can psychic whisper back, right?
Yeah.
Xander, just, come on down. Come on down.
Oh, is the
Our
party over?
spellcaster's a little under the weather
As
right
immediately you
now.
get like booed from like everyone else. Boo! No, keep him in here. He's the life of the party.
Kill the vibe.
Before Xander can unlevitate, Murphys is to walk to the middle of the dance floor, reach into the ball of people, grab him by the collar,
Grab him by the
and
ankle.
just like a balloon.
Just drag it like a balloon.
Like a balloon.
As you do, Bertha, I'm gonna cast thought meteorology and like shoot out some sparks out of my hands.
Okay, give me
He's
okay
grabbing
for
him by
that.
the foot and parading
For
him like
that,
a
for that,
kite,
give me
like-
give me a dexterity check. Give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
This is the most dysfunctional group, and I love it.
Hey, remember that tip jar they had for rebuilding the bar? They're gonna need a bigger tip jar.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Terrible.
We're about to bring this thing down again.
What'd you get? 4? Okay,
Or-
so as you're pulling like a balloon,
No, the
you
hero.
randomly start shooting off fireworks, and yeah, there's some flammable objects. As Amelia starts just like shooting off, like, what the fuck? As Amelia starts like blowing up, like, whoa! It's like people like tripping out as like fires go on, and some people I saw like whip up like towels out
Are
and
there
shit
drugs
like that.
in this universe, Joe? Because I feel like some people have partaken.
Are there some what? Yeah, there's drugs.
Are there
in this
drugs in this
Yeah, hell yeah.
universe?
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like some people have partaken.
Yeah, some people are
They're
tripping out, some
staring
people
at
like
it
freaking
dumbfounded,
out,
like,
and like the bartender's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" As he immediately comes over there and he immediately tries like to put it out, get some of his staff to put it out.
Oh, sorry. God. Oh, I need some water.
We're not.
You all get out!
Oh,
Out!
that's
Out! Out! All of you!
You get out.
You.
Yeah.
Can I
Tom
charm
Xander.
him?
Helga will leave, but she's taking any undrunk mugs with her. Like,
Yeah.
we're
No.
taking these with.
Yeah.
Before
Renora
Helga
is
can
gonna
leave.
try her best to help Helga with that, but I'm sure she's just gonna end up spilling like 3 of them, and then being
Before
like,
you
"Yeah, yeah, you tell him, Xander."
Before they try and grab the drinks, I'm gonna look at Helga and Renora. No. Grab the table. We're taking the whole fucking thing.
She got the whole table. Yeah.
The whole
Absolutely.
table. And walk out of the tavern with the table with the drinks, balancing the drinks. We'll drink outside. It's an outdoor patio drink.
As you walk out, you immediately walk, and as you immediately go out, like totally like excited about it, you walk right into Via. She walks out of the room. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
They
What are
told us to
you
go
doing?
outside, so we're going outside.
I'm sure they didn't tell you to take the table.
No.
They didn't tell us not.
They didn't
They
say we
didn't
could
tell us
take
to
the
not
table.
Take the table.
Yeah, they didn't tell us to not take the
So-
table. So
Put the table down. They ask
Outside,
you to
yes.
sleep.
Yeah.
But
That's the plan. We're gonna put the table down.
out here.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're taking this party
Outside.
outside.
Yeah.
we'll put it right down outside. It's fine.
It'll be fine.
Fine, do whatever the fuck
This
you
place
want.
was-
I don't even care anymore. She just starts
Let's
walking
say
out.
we'll do a persuasion check.
No, she's like, I don't
That's the
care.
spirit.
We got a
Just
table.
out of all the stress of this week, this is like the least of her problems. And she just keeps walking out like, not my
I
problem.
mean, imagine if she would have
Not my
walked
job,
in
not
with
my
Xander
problem.
on the ceiling.
At my circus.
With Xander on the
Yeah.
ceiling, like
right.
busy lifting drinks up in this bitch.
Like as many jobs that we've been talking about earlier, she's just like, this is not my job. I'm not getting paid for it.
This is not.
No, I am off the clock.
Pick your battles.
like-
Pick your battles.
I don't get paid enough to deal with these.
We
so-
have acquired one table.
How are these the fuckers
Table
that
full of
killed the
drinks.
Lord? How did they kill it? You know, like it's
They
They
the
burnt
fate
down
of
the
the
building
realm is
twice,
depending on
that's how.
these people.
these are our heroes. Oh my god.
Yes.
Jesus.
We left the world up to them. Like,
Magnificent few.
All right.
How
so,
did mad fuckers like you stay alive so long? We're good at killing people.
so you guys take the table outside. As you can see at this point now, outside is many tents that was originally Fort Phoenix have now been moved over here. You can still see like this procession of carts, carriages, and different ways of being hauled. That pieces, including the barricaded walls, have been ripped out of the ground. They're starting to be pulled over here to make a thicker barricade for the front gate, as they are officially deconstructing Fort Phoenix to be brought over here, barracks and all. Kind of like waiting for the castle to be rebuilt before they officially 100% move in. Make sure that all the parts of it that they destroyed cannot be reforged back together. Until then, they must rely on the system that they've already had. So you still see tents, and some people are using the buildings of the castle itself as businesses, but some businesses have reopened back up. But at this point, you guys are getting so, like, immediately getting, like, fresh air. For a couple of you, immediately just like, oh, why is it so fucking bright out?
facts.
Yeah. But turn the sun on.
Right? How dare? Like,
That's-
As, like, someone, like recognize you, it's like, here, let's buy a drink for our heroes. It's like, shh.
Shut up.
I mean,
Do
Helga's
that,
still
but
relatively okay.
quietly.
Like, she's She's just pissed off, so people
Yeah,
probably
Mark's
like.
good.
Doing some stretchies.
She's
Alright.
mean mugging people.
So
Yep.
now that it's like about 4 o'clock, what do you guys want to do?
Keep drinking.
Keep drinking. Okay.
So is this the following day?
No, it's
Are we still
so
the
this is the day after the battle.
Same day.
This is still
Okay.
the day that you guys are drinking.
Oh, still same day.
You guys started drinking about like noon.
Good.
Day drinking.
Oh, so it's the Ren Fair. Got it. Like,
Alright.
So a
What did,
mid-afternoon snack and nap, I think, is what Renora needs. So she's probably
I
gonna
think so,
like
too,
find some
yeah.
food and then take
Okay.
a little
a nappy
short
poo.
rest. Yeah.
So I'd say like around there to make sure that like someone's like making business, much like a Ren Fair. Someone's like doing like slices of dried meats, like almost like really thick cuts of bacon and stuff like that for people to procure.
Yeah.
And then like certain kind of like not even really nice, but like almost appetizer-sized meat pies to procure from. And you can just see this really busty lady just come out and
Yes, ma'am.
shingle for a
Helga's
pie.
awake.
Shingle for a pie. Shingle for a slice.
Such a simp.
The hell's a shingle?
Silver.
It confused Helga.
Broke Helga's
What
brain.
currency
Good
is
job.
this?
I'm going to buy a pie for everyone.
Oh
Good,
man.
because I'd like to
Pie.
imagine, because it's never
Thanks,
happened yet.
Malafi.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'd like to imagine that Helga goes to reach for a silver and then immediately gets like burned because she has the silver
Yeah.
from the light. But it hasn't come up yet, so I'd imagine that she's just like grabs the silver and then immediately drops it, and then there's like I would imagine like a burn mark or
What the
something in
fuck?
her.
And it just scales
Yeah.
back up.
Huh.
Yep. Alright, so you guys procure some meat pies. These are, you know, some like half-sized meat pies. They are relatively good. They are very rushed, but they're fully cooked, and they're just the basics like
That's the important part.
potatoes, bacon bits, and like some shredded pork inside kind of meat pies. But the crust is like the magical part of it. She took a lot of time to actually make the crust, and it's really well put together as far as
Buttery,
that.
flaky goodness.
Yep. The extra butter. Oh yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
much butter.
Although at this time it would just be straight. What was it that they used instead of butter? It would have been
Lard?
Lard.
Lard.
It'd be straight lard. Yep.
Good.
Lard
Was
and
Nor-
a bunch of salt.
Heavy breathing.
Was Norman's mage still trying to get hold of us?
Heavy breathing. God, I see.
Breathes in cholesterol.
Maximum cholesterol.
How does everybody rock a 6-pack when it's like this food that's around? Like,
Selective
Like,
drive.
and
That was
everything is
vigorous
six-pack.
activity. Yeah, we should all have giant
Magic,
beer bellies.
that's how-
That would be more
Magic.
accurate.
Right.
like
Right.
it's you know, like you ever see the pictures of like the random like dudes that like work out too much but they still got beer bellies, so like their beer belly kind of has like the faded 6-pack
Yeah.
on it, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a fitness trainer like D&D character that's just like, what the hell is all this?
A health coach D&D trainer like, guys, no.
Right.
I mean, I've seen so many guys who do the workouts that like work out while they actually have like a Guinness. So it's like they believe
Yeah.
like, you know, all right, let's do some workouts. All right, break time. All right, come and grab your beer. It can only be a European beer, and it's kind of funny
Yeah.
to watch. Like it's like, man, I mean, that's probably the only thing you have that's fatty in your whole system is beer. Other than that, you probably go pretty light on everything else.
That's probably like all their.
Let's
fat
walk
per
on a
day.
treadmill drunk. What could go wrong? Like,
What could
let's-
possibly go wrong?
I mean, if you do it
It's the only
right,
way.
if you do it right and you have the right diet, if you got
Yeah.
the right beer, it actually can be the good contradiction. But you got to have the
Yeah.
exact right diet for it.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you
Well,
have a
you're
really
looking
clean
very
diet,
small.
a Guinness can be an awesome post-workout.
Yes, it can. It can. when side note, yeah, when we used to do the turkey trots, they always had Guinness for the final runs when you got back
Yep,
to
they
Guinness.
still
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just learn to walk like Jack Sparrow all the time and you're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys procure some meat pies. They are quite appetizing. They are very filling, and they definitely hit the spot. But they are definitely not going to be enough to counteract the booze. It's already kind of gotten too far. But at least it gets in your system for anybody who hasn't gotten drunk yet, that it at least gives you a nice bread and meat filling to kind of do that void that you were missing before. The sort of the pizza replacement.
Yes.
When you have a lot of booze.
Pizza sounds so good. This is why I'm on meds. High blood pressure meds. I was like, oh, pizza!
And then here I am having like actually a healthy dinner where I made like homemade ramen with just like a little spice on it and stuff like that. It's like, I gotta eat right, and I'm gonna have some
nerd.
Part of me's like, I got some rewards points to burn. I could get this shit for free.
So, with the day progressing, unless you guys want to do anything specific, you guys relax outside.
Just the general, like, since Helga's still got her wits about her, she just wants to know, like, how the meeting went and, you know, talk shop with Fiona about, like...
Yeah. I mean, Fiona, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna give them the rundown,
We're all ears.
basically. Well, she wants us to stick around, I told her.
No, of course she does.
Yeah. I told her while our goals align, we'll stay. She said she'll help us with Ira, and since we both want to go after the fates, we stick around till then.
Like,
yeah, I kind of have to.
I mean, that sounds like a her problem to get her friend back. I'm just, you know, like...
Yeah.
I'm in it to get Ira, and I just don't like this assumed loyalty from her. And Helga's also, like, in the back of her mind, also thinking about, like, because of course she is, she's thinking about Tabitha and, like, the whole situation of, like, hey, if you side with them, you're going to be against me, and she doesn't want that, so she's trying to play it at least as neutral as possible. And the longer we spend in this camp, the harder that's going to be.
Yeah.
And
we're not necessarily siding with them. We're using them to further our goals.
But as long as you wear that uniform, it looks like we're siding with them. As long as she can hold that over your head of, I own you, in quotes, then...
No one owns me. She may think she does at times, but she doesn't.
No.
Like,
just have to use that to further.
I don't like. I like the
adventure.
Getting Ira, and then we got to go back to getting the rest of these devils or blades or.
Yeah. That's the end goal.
I'm here to get my home back. You guys have known that from the beginning. I don't really care about what's happening over here.
Agreed.
And
like,
we will, but I don't think it's a good idea to let two crazy fates run around. I mean, that's...
Yeah. Nobody's
things
really
can
dealt
change
with that.
at a drop of a hat, and they would be the cause of it. There's two of them. There needs to be three. Who's to say that won't mess our lives up?
my life's already messed up. What, like...
Yeah, Bessie's life is so sad.
I know what you're... I know, my life is sad too.
She doesn't even have anybody. It's like she's a little Renora. And she's like trying to pet you.
Luna.
Oh, you don't have any family.
I don't have any family either.
Sucks to
I
be
don't
you.
want families.
Join the club.
God damn it.
I'm gonna take like pieces of not eaten meat and just kind of feed it to both Renora and her.
This is while she's like eating this pie. She's got pie in one hand, trying to pet Helga in the other.
But no, I agree. We need to find the rest of the blades. We need to get rid of the devils, but we can't just leave right now. We still need their help. I'd love to say that we can do it on our own, but we can't. I mean, we lost Xander just trying to get a blade.
Yeah.
And we lost you.
I'm right
during
here. Thanks, guys.
Stuff.
Yeah.
We lost you too.
Yeah.
We lost you too. And then Renora's gonna get a little too close.
You're right.
You're in his face, like, we lost you too.
She's gonna put a finger on your forehead and just like push her back a little bit. Yes, we lost both Xander and me, and let me tell you what, I don't want to repeat that.
Right?
Mm-mm.
Didn't Fee didn't death like suck really bad? What did you see? As your life flashed before your eyes, and you went into this big yonder.
Is that where you went into the big yonder?
It was something. It was hard to explain. It felt like when I was dancing just earlier, I was just weightless. Just trying to come back down and be back with you guys. Just continue with a chug of ale. Sucked.
I push more food towards him. Eat up.
That's why I want to do me for a little bit. I don't really want to do the mission. I want to find my father. I want to know where the hell my family is. I can't do that just by going after all these fate and destiny. It can take a pause.
You're trying to find your father?
Yeah.
What?
This is the drunk stories that you find out.
Yeah.
Right?
Drunk stories that sober you denies. Like, I never said that.
Exactly. Yeah. When did you lose them?
When I was super young. I can remember, but I grew a little bit. I was in my like teens and stuff, and I remember I was getting used to my powers and just being around just people that are unlike me, just didn't look anything like me. And there was just a bunch of elves around. It was happy times, and then I got exiled. I got taken away because they were afraid of me, and I just kind of lost sight of who I was, and just kind of traveled around and just trying to find out who I am and what my purpose is. And then I kind of found my god, my Zula, and she's kind of grounded me to who I am, and found you guys and Helga, and just kind of now we're going on all these adventures and saving the world and performing for the likes of the lands that never saw Xander. But I also have never seen my father, and that's something that haunts me to this day. He's lost and locked away somewhere. I need to find him.
Locked away like in jail? Like...
I think it's more than that. Sealed away somewhere.
What'd he do again? So your father's locked away because...
I don't know. He must have done something to not be here. Not be here with me, not to guide me, not to raise me. He's gotta do something.
Do you want him around?
I just want to meet him. Just find out who he is and why he abandoned me.
Okay.
Abandoned my mother, abandoned us when we needed him.
Yeah, we'll find. We're finding Xander's dad. Come on, everybody. Come on. We're gonna go.
Also, was there a grand reason as to why we were all called outside? Like, did we ever
No one called you outside.
We were kicked
weren't
out.
called outside.
You were told to leave the tavern. The tavern is inside the castle.
And a table of beer.
We're midday drunk, hanging outside.
Yep.
Full of beer
This
outside the
intense
tavern.
meeting.
Table full of warm
I
ass.
just want to find my father. I just want to find my home.
Let's be
like
honest,
right
we've
about
all
your
walked by
party's
that table, though. We've all walked by that table. We're like, what is going on with you?
You've got the one crying, the one who's ready for adventure, the one's ready to fight.
I choose fight.
I choose
We're
fight.
every part of the drunken scale, absolutely.
Like, I answered the call to adventure. I fucking hang up that phone every time. Shit.
We
we
are the seven
I swear
stages.
the
Thank you. I don't know how you
in
got
one
this
circle.
number.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know about him that we can go off of?
Great question.
Which direction? And then Renor's just gonna like start there.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that in her like
Yeah.
random pointing, she almost like pokes Helga's eye out or some shit.
Yes,
Like,
almost definitely. Right there, inside Helga's
Right.
eye.
yeah,
If you
he's in
recall-
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I locked him away.
I knew it.
Renara looks at us.
I was gonna say I did get the power from Zula to kind of look in the crowd and kind of use some of her abilities to like look into people's like minds and souls and see if I can at least find my trace of my mother from the Elven Kingdom and see if I can find out where she is or where she's located, so I can start there. She might hold an answer to where he is.
Okay, so using some of the
Get
magic
it.
I got from Zula, give me a nature check.
Oh man. Okay.
Ooh. Xander's like, shit. I was hoping it wasn't gonna be nature.
Anything but.
10.
10. You have her power to help you, but you can't really. Maybe with what you were granted from Zula, it doesn't give you the ability to naturally just find someone thus that easily.
Being drunk probably doesn't help either.
Probably not.
I can't imagine it would.
He's probably still spinning from when he was on the ceiling.
Are you my dad? You're blue. You're my dad.
Are you my?
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Are you Xander's dad?
And somewhere
Hi, buddy.
Zula puts in earmuffs.
Oh, sorry, can't help you. I'm so busy.
Your prayers are very important to me. Please hang up and try again later.
At this point, it's getting pretty late. Throughout the whole discussion, talking about what happened with Fiona and the council, and discussing about Xander and his father, we're now getting to about sunset time. What do you want to do?
A place to stay.
Okay. I mean, you guys
Yeah,
got
where
your
are we
room.
staying?
You do have your room, which is
Do
inside
you have a
castle.
room? Okay.
Okay.
You guys have a shared room, which is kind of like a large suite. It has a total of 4 beds, 2 on each side, which are each queen-size beds. And they're kind of like guest suites for like, they're supposed to be like if a noble came in and they have like lots of sons and daughters, this is where they would stay.
Before we go up to the rooms, I'm just gonna let Xander know, it's gonna take a few days, she said, till they find anything on Ira. If you want, we can help you at least get some information, maybe about your dad.
That'd mean a lot. Absolutely. I will sing great songs of that. And,
You do
I'm
that,
sure he
buddy.
would love to hear.
You do that.
you do that. You do that.
Sing a song. Do a
Cool
song
story,
right now.
bro.
Do a song right now.
Do it all right now.
Do a song right now.
Xander, okay. Just for you, Renora. I'll get my lute, my piano lute, start strumming it a little bit.
Okay, give me a performance check with disadvantage.
All right.
Xander's
let's
serenading Renora. This is adorable.
yes, find the right dice. It's fine.
The saddest dad song you know.
Papa, where are you?
Oh, Dad, why'd you leave me?
Why'd you leave me, Papa?
You left for milk
10
20 years
That
ago.
is the theme of the night.
How long does it
That
take
is
to go
the
to
theme of the night.
the
I did
store?
singing. Some people are like, oh, we got some music going on. Oh.
Oh.
As immediately it's like, hey, do something more on beat. And you still keep playing the same stuff as immediately someone just like starts chucking like
Where are
potatoes
you?
and tomatoes.
Hey, those
at
are
you.
good potatoes. You bring those back.
No, these are rotten tomatoes. These are rotten potatoes. These are
I
bad.
feel like Mix
Helga
is in
doesn't
the
care.
background picking up the good stuff to eat later.
If people start chucking potatoes, I will cast light on the lute and try to like blind them or something. Just
Turn that light down.
Great.
Ah!
I'm surprised
No,
you didn't
you
go back
turn
up in the
down.
sky.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? All right, as it gets late, you guys all turn in for the night. You guys can all click your long rest buttons.
Hey.
If possible, because I have to be different, Helga would like to find a spot outside to sleep instead of in the castle because she misses sleeping outside and
doesn't want to hear sad dad song.
That too, but she's just like, you know, not too far out, like away from everyone else, but definitely outside because she misses being at home. So,
all right. As you guys have your full rest, you guys wake up the next morning. Some of you with a bit of a hangover. Having a rough time waking up. Sunlight is not your friend. Sound is your enemy.
Never.
Sucks for the bard.
Boom! Good morning, sunshine.
Throw like a
as
pillow
you
at
all
you.
wake up to
You throw
large,
a potato.
As you immediately all wake up to a large knock on the door.
Let's see who it is.
Okay. As you open up the door, you do see one of the generals there. Greetings, Miss Fiona. The council has done an immediate assembly, and they request your immediate participation. If you wouldn't mind following me to the council chambers.
Is this in regards to Ira?
I don't know. I'm not part of the council.
I just work here, man.
Don't shoot the messenger, please.
I'm just here so I don't get flogged.
Right.
She's gonna kind of roll her eyes and just say out loud, she better not make a habit of this. I'll be back.
Assumed loyalty.
Helga
whispers as she sees Fiona. She sees Fiona taking off, and just whispers, "Assumed loyalty." Like, here we go. This is what I warned you about.
As you make your way to the council chambers, the soldier following knocks on the door for you, opens it up, and lets you in as he closes the door behind you. As the room is refilled up with Nora and V and Seraphina again, as they just look like they have something, they haven't sat down yet. We're all here. Everyone, sit. As you all sit, more ale set up, and everybody comes by and pours their own drink. But there's no cup. There's no cup. Was it cup messer? So the everybody pour their own drink, but they all are pouring their own stuff. Well, first off, morning everyone. Hope everyone had a restful night. A couple things on the agenda. First off, as they kind of go through treasury numbers again to show that money is back up, they were able to send some soldiers back out. Maintenance is back up. Goes over to V. V, what do you have to report? Soldiers are all good. Motivation is solid. And I believe that in 2 days' time we could start sending some of the people back over to their posts over in Nelithir. Fantastic. We need to eventually contact Nelithir to see where they stand on the current situation. Norin, with your certain criteria. Yeah, we ran into a roadblock yesterday. I had one of my squires contact your group. They never responded back. As he looks at you.
They had a rough time with fighting. They needed just one night. Just one night.
Okay, well that unfortunately slows down the process. We did need your help with some stuff. So we do not have a location quite yet. If at all possible, I could use you all after this session. They might be able to help us try to find something. We at least have a couple clues. I'll switch it to the realm map. Where are we? Where's realm map? Where? Oh, where? I don't know where I put the realm map. And all these things, I don't know where it is.
Aware.
That's my map. Helga.
I'm aware.
Aware.
There we go. As we have a couple ideas of where she might be. Both not in the realm of good. One, and I only say this first because it is a big problem, we got a ping on her location in Sagaria. As you all know, Sagaria is where one of the last lords resides. Lord Bernard Tafton. That is his little Frankenstein little island. But we all know it as previously the location for all the pirates, but that he's taken over. The main issue is that's where we've had rumors of where he's been doing a bunch of his science experiments, is making the specific Averant soldiers they've been fighting against. I don't know if it's that prudent that we head there. That might be more problems and solutions. We did get a ping on Tirok, which isn't too impossible. It is still part of Heartwind land. The only drawback is if we go there, we don't want anybody to know at Tirok that Heartwind has been re-procured by, well, Heartwind. Last ping that we got was in Nelithir, specifically the Floating Isles, which the Floating Isles are these 4 different isles that kind of separates the 2 main continents of Nelithir. Right now, we can't get any more specific on that. We were able to get at least some information, but we're going to need your help. Realistically, it's not you fully we need. We just need your history. Most of the people here did not encounter Ira during the battle, but you all survived. You at least have an imprint of her energy on you. We can at least help that with the scry. I can't say it's going to be immediate, but it's better than nothing. All these 3 locations are not really grand. SV just kind of interrupts. Sagaria is difficult out of all of them to deal with. Even if you're able to get through a bunch of soldiers, you're going to have to deal with much more before you even find her if she's there. Tirok, that's just a hellhole. Good luck trying to get through all that without being robbed. And as far as Nelithir, if it was at least there, we could do 2 birds, 1 stone. We already sent some soldiers over there to deal with the king and the queen. Could kind of do as 2 trips. And your other job? Ah, yes. About the other portion. As far as weaponry, we were able to at least get some enchantments taken care of. But in the amount of time required, we are not able to finish all the enchantments in the time that they have rushed. How much do you have? 2? Maybe 3 by the time they leave? It's not really great. We can at least make some kind of weapons out of them. Alright. Fiona, how about your team? If we were able to figure it out today, would you be able to head out?
We can.
Okay. We don't have too many ships. If it's on Tirok, you can at least walk there. We can at least give you some carriages and horses. Obviously, if it's in Sagaria and Nelithir, you're going to have to take a boat. We don't have any airships to our name quite yet. Either way, you got a bit of a travel ahead of you.
We'll take Sagaria.
Would you just head there right away, or are you waiting for a result? Either way, you got some time.
I think we can probably head there right away. At least get some leads while you look into the others.
Alright. As mentioned from Norin, she points for Norin. We already were procuring some enchantments due to the request that you had to make sure you could fight Ira. We were hoping that we'd have some more time, but due to the rush, we can only enchant 3 weapons. Before you leave, pass over the weapons to us. We can at least enchant them. Give them a little bit of extra something with what we got. If you want. If you give us 1 weapon, we can put all 3 into 1 weapon.
I appreciate your assistance.
Just meet my team over in the Arch Sanctum. It's down the hall to the right. And they'll be able to help you out from there. They got all the items procured. As he looks over at V. Can have the ship ready within the next couple hours. As far as manpower, I can't really give you soldiers. I can give you a smaller ship, one that can be sailed by the group of you. Nothing large. Smaller vessel. It's not going to be comfortable to sleep in, mind you. No rooms. But at least get you there and it'll be quiet.
That's all we need. And you'll keep us informed if you hear anything else.
We will. But I will warn you, the ship will get you Sagaria. If we let you know it's in Nelithir, you might want to come back. That ship will not be able to handle the tides through Nelithir. So, Sagaria, if we let you know halfway, you're going to have to return back. We'll have to move you to another ship.
Understood.
Alright. Well then. That being said, with the time allotted, you assemble your team. Over at Arch Sanctum. Mason Orin will meet you there. V, you go prep up the ship. Send him with some provisions. And I will send a few of our clerics to the ship to bless your travels. It's as best as I can do, but that's what we got.
I'll gather my team.
Alright. As she immediately just palms her hand to the table as everyone stands. Meeting adjourned. As everybody starts walking out. As Norin starts heading his way to the Arch Sanctum. As V comes by and just puts her hand on your shoulder. A word. As Seraphina leaves. Norin leaves. As she closes the door, leaving just the 2 of you in there. You sure about this? Going to Sagaria is no joke. They have soldiers there. Even at their best of times, when I was there last, I had to run. I did not know what they had, and it was a bloodbath. I don't know how well your team is with stealth, but you definitely don't want to go there guns a-blazing.
I'm well aware what Tafton can do. If he's in the way of finding Ira, and if we can take him out, the world will be a better place. Won't be as dangerous there.
I don't compete with you on that. So far, 2 are down. With Tafton, it only leaves the main guard. So, be warned of him too. If you're serious about this, I can make sure I give you some information about Tafton. I'll try to give you what I know about the island. As she puts a hand on each one of your shoulders. Whatever disagreements that are going on right now, whatever we're dealing with, whatever's happening, whatever you feel, just know we all want you to survive. We want you to return, and we want the same thing you do once you get out of here. We want the faiths to be destroyed, but we specifically want our friends back. So, I'll help you out. I'll give you whatever I can. But I just want you to know directly from me that I hope that no matter what's going on, that after you're done there, you come back and then we'll work together to to take care of the rest of the issues. Don't answer it now. Think about it. You gotta get your head on right for this. But just know, there's a seat at this council for you. No matter what Seraphina says, it will be here. That being said, get your team. We'll send some cleric stuff to you.
As Fierna walks by, she's gonna also place a hand on her shoulder and just say, "You're too good for the military, you know that, right?" And then walk out.
She just kind of takes a breath and she kind of hangs out in the room for a little bit and she starts following you out.
I'm gonna head back to my team and inform them of the news.
Okay.
We're going on vacation.
As you head to your team with 2 ones that do not like sound or light at this point.
Yes.
And one that's outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna motion for Helga to come on in and follow me in.
Is Xander still singing?
No.
Then Helga will go inside.
His own voice is a shrill to him.
I'm here. Oh yeah.
Do I sound like this all the time? Holy fuck, I sound annoying. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, my joints are probably like sore from dancing last night in the air. Like,
You were floating,
man,
right?
What
You're like-
joints?
floating.
You have
Oh.
muscles you didn't even know existed
That's
or hurting.
right.
Because...
Yeah.
My everything hurts.
My everything. That feeling.
What is that muscle?
You were there before, I swear.
So as you all assemble up, you are given only a short amount of time to get what you need from the art chamber. As they mentioned, Fiona, you get to choose. They're not going to give you new weapons. They're going to take 3 weapons from you. They're going to enchant them further with what they got. Or you can give them 1 weapon and they can enchant it to its maximum potential. But they will not do like a 2-in-1 or anything like that. It's either 3 or 1.
I'm gonna at least let them know what's going on and just... Well, they have some leads on Ira. There were 3 possible locations that she could be. They've got one on Sargeria. Tafton is there. There's one on Tirok, and then on Nelithir in the Floating Isles. I figured while we're waiting, instead of just hanging around here, we can at least do something, try and find her. We'll look on Sargeria while they look at the other 2. Xander, we're gonna be going to different places. We can still look for your father.
Traveling. Like it.
They will go ahead and enchant 3 of our weapons. Helga, your gauntlets that heal. I think we should give those to them. Xander, I think we're gonna need some healing, so maybe your loot.
Sure.
Alright, so we have... Alright, so we're going to do... Where the fuck's my thing? Of course.
DM's gotta upgrade
You
some
want
weapons.
someone else to just write it down for now?
Yeah, just someone else write
Okay.
down the items that we're going to do.
Okay, Xander's loot, Helga's healing gauntlets. And we need a heavy hitter. I'm gonna look over at Murph. Because you still have your gauntlets, right?
I have 1 gauntlet, yep.
Yeah, I know, and these can only affect regular weapons. They can't affect god weapons. So, like we
God
can.
weapon.
So technically, we can't do Xander's loot.
Got it.
We could do.
Since I was to say since the gauntlets, the healing gauntlets are essence of Gladland, that's still okay,
It's-
right?
That's. I'll let that slide. I'll let that
Okay.
slide. Because it is an enchanted weapon, but it comes from a god, but it is kind of its own
It's
thing.
not directly.
It's
from...
not directly from him. Yeah, correct. It
Okay.
is your own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sweet.
So we can
Little
do. We can.
Xander's falling
So the
apart.
ones are those we can do the essence of Gladland, but we can't.
Okay.
We can't do Murph's 1 gauntlet from Calabac. But we can do
Belgrog.
with Belrog. We can do Balrog though, because Balrog is just an enchanted gauntlet. But we can't do Xander's.
No, the belt.
Right.
Well, the Balrog came from Colgrim, so I can't do that.
No, that's true. You can't.
And that one was I already gave up demon parts when we were almost going to go kill Ira. So that one's already
not our
ready to rock.
Not our demon weapons, our Cargrim affected weapons.
You can't do those either. So there's gotta be something else.
Yep. Okay.
Those are technically
you got anything you want, Fierna?
What'd you say?
I was gonna ask if you had anything you wanted.
I was trying to think of because I was gonna do you and Xander, hopefully to get extra healing, and then Murph, I was hoping for more grappling.
No. Yeah. The only other thing I can say as an option, if you wanted, is if you wanted to, because I won't let you do it with 3 weapons, but in this case, if you want to take 2 weapons, whether they're from other people or one person, and they can fuse them together, and then make that its maximum potential you can. So
I have that Moon and Sun forged long swords. That's the ice and fire swords we got from Shadowfell. Okay. I have those.
As I say, I'd let you take if you wanted. I know you miss your axe, but if you wanted to take the Hordebreaker and use that.
A badass fire weapon now.
Yeah, just
and they can be mixer of things. Like you could say, I want to mix the Hordebreaker with the healing gauntlet or something like that with Gladwin's essence.
Actually, that's not too bad. I'm trying to think of what'll maximize most for the benefit of the team. I know both Meeks and I have pretty high-powered weapons. Renora, you have your high bow, but I'm thinking more healing or grappling.
So I'll give you an example of what.
I have those cloaks, but that's not.
Yeah.
It would have to be weapons or armor, essentially.
We did.
There's no way we could get our warping daggers a little souped up, could we, or no?
I mean, it would only get one from souped up.
Okay.
If you wanted to put multiple of them together to get them souped up, you could, but then that'd take a couple daggers away from some people.
Fair enough.
So, if you did Gillian's Hordebreaker and the Essence of Gladwin Brawler, that give you a plus. That would give you a +5 weapon. That would have the same abilities as Hordebreaker, which is you can attack 2 people at the same time, and it would have a lot of damage, including poison. So you'd essentially have 3d12 extra damage, and you would just have passive healing for anybody around you while you're wielding it. So anybody within 10-15 feet would get healed for X amount per turn.
Pretty good.
If you guys are okay with that, let's go ahead and give that to Helga, since she's mostly heavy hitter right on people's faces.
Yeah.
Whether they want me to be or not.
It would essentially be the most exact version of what you think a level 20 paladin axe would be. I'm doing major amount of damage, but I'm also healing people at the same time.
Let's do that then. If you don't mind saying that one more time, because I was too focused on, I didn't write it down. It was
it's Gillian's Hordebreaker, and it is Essence of Gladwin.
Essence of Gladwin.
Oh. So it's mixing healing gauntlets with basically an axe that can attack 2 people at the same time.
So then would the weapon may be an axe or still
I'll let you guys pick. Okay. It'd have to be either an axe, a hammer, or it can only be a great axe, a great hammer, or a great sword. It has to be one of those 3. So the axe itself right now does extra slashing damage. So if it was a sword, it did extra piercing damage, and if it was a hammer, it would be bludgeoning damage. Yeah. But they would all do extra poison damage and stuff like that, and they would all do the same amount of healing. It depends on the aesthetic of the weapon that you want.
For style points, I would put forth, if you're combining an axe and gauntlets together, the hammer would make sense, because then the gauntlets could be the hammerhead.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe a great hammer would make more sense then.
I'm down for a hammer.
Okay.
Hammer time.
I'll go smash.
Literally.
Okay. So you give them the gauntlets, and you give them the great axe. As they you see these 4, what looks like they're great mages in their own
Was
right.
there 3? Did we do 3 or just 2? 2 weapons.
So you can only, if you wanted to fuse them together, you can only do 2.
Okay.
Okay.
It was you got an
Just
option.
making
You
sure.
could either fuse 2 weapons together,
Yeah.
you could upgrade 3 weapons,
Or
you
1
could
for
take
3.
one
Okay.
weapon and then just
And
make it
max.
to its maximum proficiency that I can never upgrade any further.
Mhm.
That's fair.
So these mages kind of pull out these diamonds that looks like they actually have like the colors of almost kind of like a dark rainbow in them, where they each edge of them has a different color, like almost like this diamond is a fusion of different stones, like rubies, emeralds, and everything like that put together, as they kind of like pull this energy together and start to surround it, as like a storm of like lightning, fire, and ice just kind of all flow through these, as like almost like they're doing a version of forging for a blacksmith's trait to kind of put these together, as they just see that all the elements are stripped from these 2 weapons and are just forming around like this essence of energy until it just kind of like forms back in. And immediately this one blacksmith that looks like he is like a cleric immediately comes in with this enchanted mace and really comes back and it really just slams down on it with this energy, as immediately the energy itself just splits out and then it turns into a large oversized hammer.
Cool.
Just picks it up and tests the balance. She's like, I can work with this.
It's gonna take
Like-
a little bit. You're not used to using like
Yeah.
a full size grate. I'd say this also.
I'm
is
not
gonna
used to
have reach.
using a hammer. I'm used to using an
Yeah.
axe, so I'm sure the front heaviness of it is gonna.
And
I'm gonna get used to this.
but I'm gonna say it's also on the size too, where you cannot wear it on your back. It's
Okay.
it's actually gonna have reach to it, like 10 feet of reach. But the way that's made, because it's at its maximum potential, is it can be like shrunken down, but it can't be wielded while it's shrunken down. So it's like it can be like compact, kind of very much a ruby weapon, and then it can kind of just be like stored on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Picturing the Grim Nora hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just sent
Rip.
this. I just sent that to Amanda. I was like, when I cosplay Helga, I need the Grim Nora hammer. Like, give it. So for now, I'm carrying around Milnir, and then when I fight with it, it goes.
You're carrying around basically a Stormbreaker Mjolnir, pretty much.
Yep,
But
that's
the-
okay because I still got the warping axe on my back, so it wouldn't.
Sure.
The hammer wouldn't fit very well.
Nope. But then you were told, all right, they are waiting for you up by the vessel. As you start making your way down the beach side, where you see a very small ship. 2 sails, really. There's no rooms on this except for one small lower deck that you can maybe assume is just like a storage. I mean, this is like no bigger than a master suite as far as a bedroom. And with it, it looks like it only needs really like 5 people to really just sail the vessel itself. It almost is intimidating. With the wrong tide, this vessel can be easily destroyed. But it is in it is in really good condition. No weaponry on it, but they are fully equipping you with provisions to at least make it through like a 5-day travel. As you do see V down there with Seraphina and a few clerics, as a few clerics are setting up their... Looks like they are currently enchanting some scrolls. As Seraphina walks up. Just want to make sure that you're extra positive that you want to do this. I don't know if you're going to come back. This is a risky move.
I'm sure. I'm gonna look at the rest of the team.
Helga's just thinking, whatever the hell gets me away from here.
Just like,
Like,
very well, and she just kind of moves out of the way to lead you over to V, as V just gets all her soldiers off to finish loading. Alright, she passes you, Fiona, a couple maps. One specifically shows you that part of the ocean that's connecting Heartwind to Sagaria, but doesn't give you a whole realm map. It's just that part. Tells you about certain spots to avoid, what creatures are domain in there, and the weather that you want to look out for. The other one is what she knows about Sargaria. She's like, I have not been to all of Sargaria. We tried to raid it once, was not successful. But we do know of a passage to get in, hopefully you won't get detected. You'll have to make sure that you put out all candles within sight. Otherwise, they will immediately try to take you out from distance. You will die before you even get close to even making port. As she marks a spot on your map of when you want to eventually put out your candles on the ship. If you're able to make it to their beach, go through this crevice. We do have some proficiency there that we left from last time, in case it ever came back. There's no way you can stealth it the whole way, but if you can at least make it halfway through there, you can at least make it to Tafton's central, what she calls a core. If you're adamant about taking them out first, that's where you're going to want to go. And then she gives you one last thing, which is a schematic of Tafton. We've killed him a couple times before, but he is an automaton. He does have other bodies.
That's annoying.
If you destroy the one that he houses within the core, we think that's his original form. But I will warn you, that is also his most dangerous as far as we know. Be careful. The only thing on your side is Tafton is cocky. He doesn't rely on anybody to help him. You have quantity over, unfortunately, quality. No offense. Lastly, as she steps back and the three clerics come up, they're able to give you some blessings as they each pass each one of you a bag. About the size of a coin purse. As you're able to jingle them inside, anybody looks inside, you find these, what looks like almost kind of like rubyish kind of coins. They almost kind of look like hair pieces where like you would braid your hair around them as they have like a square in the middle. They've been blessed by our clerics here, including myself. Use them sparingly, but the enchantment will last after a week, so you can't keep them forever. Hopefully you make it there in time. I hope you don't have to use them all, but it's the best I can do on such short notice. We gave you some provisions, food, drink, blankets. Just give me no comfortable spot to sleep. You're going to have to sleep on the main deck. That's the best I can do.
What do these coins do?
She just grab one. They'll do the rest of the work. DM the player, what they are is they are blessings per coin. You take one out, you hold in your hand as an action, and you can either get one of two options. You can either heal yourself for 1d20, or you can add 1d20 to a roll.
Oh, awesome.
It's basically like an enhanced bardic blessing.
Right. And how many of those do we have?
Each one of you gets a bag of 20.
Oh, sweet.
But they can only be used as an action. They can't be subbed for a bonus action or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, they're calling on all the gods together to bless these for you, and as you use them, you're basically accepting their gods' blessing.
They're basically saying, hey, you're fucked anyways, we're just gonna...
So, each of you has got 20. You cannot bless somebody else with them. So you can't use one to, like, give someone else a d20. Even if someone's down, you can't help them with it. This is not like giving someone a potion when they're going down. You can only use for you. Well,
so if they're making death saving throws, we can't be like, hey, have an extra.
Correct, you can't.
Okay.
Got it.
They're enchanted to each one of you. So you can't even like give someone else another one before combat.
Okay.
So Mixus has a bag as well. So to remind you again, you got 20 in total. You grab one out of the bag as an action. You get to choose one of the two options. Apply d20 to health right away. Just happens right away. It's not like it gets stored. You just immediately heal yourself for 1d20. If you only take one, that's unfortunate, but that's what you get. Or you can say, I will hold this. The coin evaporates, but you get to add a d20 to any roll you have. You don't have to use it right away, but you can't use the charge off another coin until you use that one.
Okay.
But you can hold that and a Bardic Inspiration. So
I'm assuming it's I think like Bardic Inspiration where if we roll and we think we miss, we have to say that we're using the coin before
I tell you succeed or fail.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anything like Bardic Inspiration or Guidance or anything like that, you can add whenever you want, but if I tell you that you failed, you cannot change your mind. It's done.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But wait, you've activated my trap card.
Once the coin is used, it's much like a scroll where the coin itself just dissolves in air and just goes away.
Okay.
The coins themselves don't glow, so you don't have to worry about like hiding them or anything like that, but they have a sense of luminescence, so you can tell that they're enchanted. For all intents and purposes, they're just regular old coins that's just been enchanted with clerical magic.
Awesome.
As they just give you a blessing, and they immediately let you take off on your vessel, heading your way west, through which you hope is going to be a straight path going on. Find yourself cramped on this vessel, keep running into each other, and you're learning the hard way of how to control a ship. First off, I need everyone to roll me a survival check, please.
Oh, we haven't done one of those in a minute.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
none of you, I don't believe any of you are proficient in sailing or navigation.
No.
Hard path. Probably not.
DC is 15. How many did we got that succeeded? 3. Okay. 4.
Hey, good.
Okay.
Everyone but me. Hooray! I'm playing with my
The
new
guy.
toy.
We're gonna
playing with my new
kind of
toy.
scoot through this. Throughout the first day, it takes a little while. You already sent on a course, so you don't have to mess around with the ship too much. But as you want to make sure you're getting wind, you slowly try to figure out how to do this ship. With a small vessel, it doesn't take you too long. You merely figure out how to actually set the sail. It's not big enough for you to actually have a crow's nest, so you don't have to worry about covering that. The ship itself is not much bigger than an actual sailing ship for modern day. So it's easy just to get from one end to the other in no time flat. Throughout the first day, you're able to at least not master, but for such a small vessel, able to figure out at least how to get through a natural wake of the water. Until you actually deal with the storm, if you have to, you have no idea if you're able to control the ship or not. But you at least understand when you need to actually cast the sail, when you need to put it down, and actually how they're able to control the ship with or against the wind. Throughout the first day, uneventful. No major things happen. If you need to click your long rest button, you absolutely can. The second day itself, I need everyone, now that you're proficient with at least controlling this ship under normal weather, to give me a nature check.
Oh, we love those.
Even if I failed the first time?
You would have at least learned off of other people.
Okay.
Lucky point. Using it.
Yeah,
I have
there
it
you go.
now.
DC for this one is 16.
Nope.
Ooh, nope.
No.
Good job, Murph.
You know nature.
So 16 or higher, who succeeded?
I think only
Just
Murph.
Murph. Okay. Second day comes in. You are without sight of any land. Now this isn't unsurprising. Due to the map, you were told that you're going to have at least 3 days with only water at every end of the ship. But as far as navigation,
is sick from being on the boat.
as far as navigation, even using the map, you are hoping that you're on the right path. But you're unable to really know, as non-trained sailors, an indication if you are going true. Murph, you're at least able to use what you know as different kind of signs throughout the sun and the moon, and just different things that you at least were taught but never really truly tested, that you were at least a little sure that if you turn a little bit to the right, then you at least will keep following the path, but you're unsure how much even small waves have pushed you off course, if anything. You're unsure at all. But uneventful again for day 2. Day 3. I need everyone to give me a survival check again.
Right. To survive.
I will survive.
Thank you.
I use another lucky point.
Okay. I mean, you can. You had a long rest, so you would have got your lucky points back.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is going to be DC 16.
Damn it.
Okay, we got 3.
Helga's playing with her hammer.
For 3 days.
For 3 days. Yep.
You know what?
You wear it out.
Now learning
Well, blind kid.
at least simple navigation, but not enough to really help you when you don't see landscapes or any marks of any kind. The 3 of you start to notice that if you are supposed to go in the direction where you're currently sailing, you're about to go into what looks like a storm cloud. Now, the storm itself does not look vicious, but the fog itself looks like it's going to be hard for navigating. You look like you at least will have to deal with the decent rain, but not enough winds that will actually make it hard for sailing itself. But the navigation itself will be difficult. At the end of the day, you get your long rest, and you're on day 4, with only the clouds and the fog in your way. Go ahead, Xander.
I think it calls for some bardic inspiration.
Alright. So who do you want to give bardic inspiration to?
I feel like... I don't know. How have you been? Have you been close, Renora?
Huh?
Have you been close with the checks?
With the checks, I got 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Like, Renora, get us out of this fucking shit.
Let's do it.
Alright. Day 4. Now, based off what V told you, it should only take you 5 days to get there. You were told that once again, the 5th day, you must keep your eyes out for the island, so you can make sure that you cut the candles as before they see you. But you're on day 4, not quite there yet. As you're going through this fog, I need everyone to give me a nature check. This one's gonna be more difficult. We're looking for a DC 18.
Oh.
Inspiration is a D8?
6.
D6.
6? Okay.
Lucky point.
All the lucky points.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my
4
god.
days
Yeah,
of
no.
Helga
We're
just
gonna,
admiring
we're
her
also
hammer.
gonna use
Lucky point was worse.
Lucky point.
You can keep
Is
overriding
not
your
great.
lucky points with more lucky points.
Can
that's
I?
Yeah.
Lucky
You can burn them.
number 2.
You can burn them. Yeah. You can burn
It's
them.
just once you burn them, you can, that's it. So,
How well do we know nature?
Nat 20! Let's
Yay.
go!
Even worse.
Alright, so
it was
who,
the
other
plus
than the
the
nat
3.
20, who else,
3.
other than nat 20, who else got the 18 or higher? No.
Whoops, I forgot
Okay.
to roll.
So we got 2 out of...
I am single-handedly leading this ship to safety.
So,
Captain Renora!
Helga's just like, ooh, this is shiny.
everybody covering every edge and hoping that maybe I'll look up close to make sure no creatures come in to get us. Renora, you're looking at the distance. Whether or not you're just getting the right viewpoint, or just maybe you just know what to look for, you can at least follow a path that you can assume just cutting in through enough to see the starlights that you can at least assume that you're on the correct course, following the right constellations, and navigating to what little you know, you're assuming you're going in the right directions. I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Alright, guys.
I will also give Helga guidance, like, Helga, get your head out of the water. Come on.
Guidance
Come
is
on.
a
Nice.
D4.
D4.
Who got the natural 20?
Your boy.
Yo, boy, that's like,
Yes!
was it the 4th natural 20?
I know, literally I'm gonna leave here and go buy a lotto ticket.
Yo,
Like-
No, I did too. I did too.
Alright, so
Um,
who else got a natural, anybody else get a natural 20 other than Xander and Renora? No? Anybody else get an 18 or higher?
Yes.
You all did. All right.
We get to get on the boat.
So
we know our strong suits, guys. Let's be honest.
other than Renora having the sight to be able to cut through this, her 2 eyes are not reliable enough to cut through this, even though she got a natural 20. So you guys all rely to listening. The wake is quiet. The only thing you really hear is the sound of rain collapsing against the water itself and the wood of your ship. As you're able to let the vessel move, you find it the most prudent time to actually bring down the mast and allow the actual ship to move with the waves itself and just use the actual oars itself to push around due to the ship not being that large. But you start to hear something else as you start to do that. You start to hear almost like people talk in the distance, but it comes in so quietly and it goes out so quickly. It comes through, goes out, and it sounds like someone's in pain. Almost like someone is fighting something. But not like you're hearing the sword or the shield or anything like that. It sounds like someone's actually, like, you're hearing the actual grunts and pains off of it. As you go through, with all your perception checks, you're able to assume that the person you're hearing is a female. And as far as you can tell, you're hearing 2 voices. As far as you can assume, it's the same voice, but with 2 different vocal patterns. It's almost like the voice is fighting with itself. As you try to listen around, you can't figure out where this is coming from. There's no left, right, up, down, back, front. It's all just surrounding you. Almost like it's specifically on your point.
Cut all lights.
Okay, cut all lights. With nothing but darkness, you only have the fog around you to look through. Without any lights, you can barely see the front of the ship if you're in the back, and you can barely see the back of the ship if you're in the front. It's very dark. The fog around you, and it's nighttime. You can't see the sky. Eventually, you just see a shadow of a winged humanoid just fly over you. And then disappears.
Quiet.
Another voice calls to you. Where was that, Murph? Were you gonna say something?
So with my with my Emerald Shin Blade, I guess it's just a survival tracking. I was trying to see if my Emerald Shin Blades give me an idea. Tracking. Never mind. I'll shut up. My bad.
Okay.
Would I be able to... I know it just flew overhead, but I wouldn't be able to tell if it was Fey, Fiend, or Undead, right? Okay.
As you eventually hear another voice. This voice is actually directly in front of you. And all you see is a ball of light, probably about 20 yards in front of the nose of the ship, calling to you. And expecting you to listen. Calming voice. At this point, due to distance, it just looks like a speck of light in an overall dark area. Come, future heroes of Averant. Or at least the heroes of this time. But from what I understand, not the heroes of all. As the ship keeps coasting forward and she keeps moving closer to the ship, you start to see a female. Unsure if Angel or Azamar. Blue skin. Just floating there. Legs perfect posture with the wings just gracefully. Just slow flaps. Large and graceful. It's just standing there with elegance, not allowing her feet to touch. But as the ship gets so close, she eventually just allows herself to just move and levitate with the nose of the ship, as her wings keep pulling her back to move at the same speed as the ship, but she does not put her feet down. I must introduce myself. I'm Atea. Can't speak. I am Atea. It is grand to meet you all.
Does that name ring any bells to anybody?
No, none of you would know about her.
How do you spell Atea?
Atea.
Cool, I had it right.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Nice.
I must apologize for the intrusion. It seems you're affected by her unfortunate raging. No matter where your journey is taking you right now, I must intrude, for an effect is more dire. Yours, theirs, than another's could be ruined by it. As you see another the humanoid with wings fly over it again, but you only see a shadow, so quick. She's breaking. I call you here because there is a hope that's attached to you like the others I found. You might not know it now, but apparently you play a bigger role in a much larger game. And that part is what has put you in importance. The creature, in effect, is trying to pull out those pieces and trying to cheat the game. The creature flies over again. I need everyone to give me a perception check. See if you can notice what the creature is.
Okay. I'm assuming this is just sight-based, because I get, with heightened senses, mine's more hearing or smell, so it would
No
just
smell.
be... Okay.
Smell.
Nora's dice is broken, but I love it.
25 for me, so...
25? Anybody else get a 19 or higher?
Yes. Nat 20.
Jesus
Again.
Christ.
Again. I'm
As
about
you see
to.
this flying by, you assume it's
I feel like I helped.
maybe someone related to this person, as this person also has wings as well. For the natural 20, you see what looks... Yeah, Angel or Azamar. It looks like as she flies over, her coloration's changing. At first she flies over and she looks like she's got a shadowy demeanor. Black wings, black eyes, black tattoos. She flies over again. Then bluish silver. Then she flies over again. It's crimson. Until eventually she crash lands on the ship in utter pain. Afraid of everything that she sees. As immediately the other angel bars you from her. I must ask that you do not interfere. She cannot be touched right now. For everyone that interferes with her is only going to break her further. She is at a point that can unfortunately change reality as we see fit. She has been unknowingly given power that her kind cannot handle, and she has been taken over by a creature that I do not understand, due to the fact she has many voices in her head that are contradicting with each other, and she only finds herself in her head of a safe place that she's heard once before. As she just puts her head on her head And she just introduces you. I'd like you to meet Seraphina.
I knew it. Knew it.
She unfortunately is going through an internal battle. And she finds herself in a safe zone within herself. Only being able to find that as a comfort in a storybook she heard once. To make it completely clear, I am part of that story. I do not exist in reality, but I am her clarity, her guide, maybe what you would call a conscience. Her friends are already waiting, but to make sure that they succeed in helping her, I decided to find others. This world that you'll be taken to, I'm sorry, but you have no choice but to go. You have no idea to know what the ramifications can happen if you do not. The world will be different. Odd. But not too different than what you already know. She finds herself in a safe place, but unfortunately the creature that has affected her has turned it upside down. You'll find others there. I implore you, for the safety even further of your realm, try to limit the questions as much as possible. To change fate would be ever so dire. As she just puts her hand on her head. I'm sorry. She just puts her hand out as you immediately all feel a wave and you just all of a sudden just pass out.
I was gonna say, would I have time to do a religion check on her?
I mean, if you want to, she already said that she's not real.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, she already said she's not real.
Wow, I wonder where we're going, guys.
Alright, fair, alright.
As
It's beginning to look a lot like one shot.
As you all find yourself woken up, beds a many, in a large, open room, much of a cabin. Odd clothes, different weapons. But you are yourselves, as you find yourself awake to strangers. One of them, this Seraphina. But you see something else. Outside it is snowing. You are not on the vessel anymore. But outside is peculiar. As far as you know, this cabin exists in the middle of nowhere. You're merely floating in a cabin of a void of space, with nothing but imaginary snow going around it. And you're nothing but on a giant glyph. Floating outside is the angel that guided you here, waiting for you all to join her. And that's where we're gonna end it.
There's some bullshit.
Done.
Fucking snow. Some bullshit. Some bullshit in the snow. Helga hates
Yeah, Helga is from Khalid, and they didn't really have a
I have
lot.
to cover up.
Yeah.
So-
Murph, on the other hand, will be wearing shorts the entire time.
Yeah, as is.
He'll be that guy.
Murph's
Yeah.
just gonna be rocking out in a bikini, be like, this is beach weather.
Right, honestly.
Strutting it.
This is beach weather. No, this is bullshit. This is what this is.
This
Alright,
is
guys.
beautiful.
So, if you're ready to check out the Christmas continuation, we'll have that both Tuesday and Wednesday next week, so they'll actually be linked together. So all players, with the exception of Nora and Mixus, they just unfortunately cannot be here, but we'll have a reason for that. Will be part of both Tuesday and Wednesday, so it's actually linked together, so do not miss both of them, because there's a 1-part and 2-part. So it's going to kind of continue off. I'm going to have a lot of fun stuff going on, some cool combat, and it's going to be canon, so there's going to be stuff that's actually going to affect the rest of the story for both campaigns. So, do not miss it. There's been a lot of lore, a lot of combat, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of Christmas, but because it's me, I got to add in horror, because that's what I do. Hopefully y'all can join for that. Do not forget, this Saturday, so in 2 days, we'll be doing mostly a long day stream. I'm probably going to try to get online as early as 10 o'clock. Some of us might join, maybe Helga. We definitely have Scarlet Spuddy from the other stream that does Hades, aka Apollo. So join in for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That being said, everybody have a fantastic night. We'll see you Saturday. And end.